Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Prime Tennis YouTube. Today we'll be watching the 2007 Roger versus Novak US Open final. So I was watching this match earlier. I just thought it was a very good match and I wanted to go over it with you guys. So let's see. Yeah, that's a very well played point. I was looking at a video today I saw online about Federer's serve, about how unique it is. He really is very loose and accurate with it. Inspired from Pete Sampras, but I feel like it was, he perfected it. He mastered it. He truly mastered his serve. He's not like the biggest guy on tour, but his serve was incredible. It's a very nice point. Playing to the backhand out wide there. Typically though, this isn't something that you want to do. This is like a very, unique situation, is that you don't want to go here. Let me go back to here. So what you don't want to do is go and approach cross court, because typically what will happen is they'll be able to get to this ball and place it down the line like Roger tried to do. The thing is, if your return is good, or if they're not expecting it, then there are times when that's better. But typically, like 90% of the time, when you're in this situation, you want to just go down the line. But Federer has an incredible forehand. You want to stay away from that in this situation. And Novak hit a really, really wide shot, which was hard for Roger to get. And so it worked out. And it was very deep too. So Novak had time to get to the ball there. But even so, you could see like he was reaching for it, right? Because he was just so far from where he needed to be. It's a nice serve. That's something you really want to work on when you're playing, is just serve plus one. You can win so many points like that if you just master your serve. Like, the serve, undoubtedly like the most important shot in the game, right? So you want to master that and then get the plus one down. Either serve and volley, or serve out wide, hit the ball the other way. There are different ways you can do it, but there are so many different combinations where you can just win the point off the first two shots like that. And then you'll get a lot of free points too when you master your serve. Yeah, that was good. He caught Djokovic off guard there. It's insane how talented these guys were. These two and Nadal, and they worked so hard. You know, their legacy is insane. And then you look at, the guys today, Sinner and Alcaraz. Those two are even crazier, because they've raised the level even higher than this, and then they keep raising it and raising it and raising it, and it's just, it's incredible to see the game evolve because of these players. Yeah, there it is, serve plus one again. And knowing how big the serve is, you're gonna play a lot of people who can also serve big, right? Like Novak is serving crazy here, 126 right there, on the line. So you do want to work on your return. Like Novak was known for having, the best return in the game, right? Because in my opinion, that's the second most important shot. I mean, tennis is all about holding and breaking, right? You want the serve, the big serve, to be able to hold your games. And then good return to be able to break just once. You just need one break. Just win 4 points. If you don't go to deuce, just win 4 points while they're serving and then hold the rest of the match and you win that set. You do that twice or 3 times if you're in a Grand Slam, and that's the match, right? So that's the goal. Obviously the game in between is very important, the movement, the ground strokes, the strategy, and all of that. But just big serve, good return, that by itself will just increase your level by so much because it's just such a huge part of the game, you know? It's a nice shot. Yeah. He's mixing it up there, you see, because I was expecting the ball to go to Federer's backhand again after this shot. I was expecting this one to go to the backhand. That's one thing you want to keep in mind. If you're targeting someone's backhand, you don't want to just keep going and going and going and going and going to the backhand, in every situation. You want to mix it up to their forehand too so that they don't know what to expect. There it is, serve +1 again, then puts the ball away. It's just such a big part of the game, man. Like most of these points, it's just determined by the serve and the return. If the return is good, they can play the point out, then the returner has a chance to win it. But if the serve is too good, then it's free points. And then these guys, they know not to make a mistake when their opportunity comes. When their opponent hits a bad return, they know, okay, I gotta capitalize, and they don't miss those shots. I have a friend that told me the biggest difference between, the pros and everyone else is not just like the level, because you get to a point where everyone can hit ground strokes, everyone can serve, everyone can return, but it's, consistency in the big moments, consistency. I saw this statistic where it's like the big three, they only won like 54, just a little bit over 50% of their points. I think Roger Federer, he won like 50% of all the points he played throughout his career. But the reason why he was so dominant was just because it was the crucial ones that he knew how to really, capitalize on. And that's, the biggest difference because a match can be decided between, just 1 point, 2 points that can completely change the outcome of a match. And so great players are really good at winning those points. So you have to learn to identify them, break points, when your opponent has break point, set points, stuff like that, where you can't let the point go. That's when you have to raise your level, you have to raise your focus, and, and win the point. That's what it comes down to. You got to win that point. You'll get your opportunities because people will make mistakes. But once you get your opportunities, that makes the biggest difference, and that's what these guys are so good at. Yeah, that was good. It's such a simple thing. The smallest difference that might have been what messed Novak up. It's just the slices. that can throw you off. You know, you want to incorporate many shots into your game and mix it up a lot. You know, slices, drop shots, you know, angles, etc. Those things can win you those points, like in a tiebreak where the score is like 6-4, 5-4, whatever it was. You know, just helping your opponent to make an unforced error like that is huge, right? And there you go. Roger takes the set like that. So just keep that in mind. I think I'm going to end it there for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good one. Like, subscribe, and happy holidays.